Hello, and welcome to the Book Doctor's YouTube channel. How you doing?
So people sometimes ask us
many times
more personal questions.
Who are the book doctors? What are they? What's behind the curtain?
We're gonna reveal.
Yes, we
are.
We're revealing
very secret things today, and ask each other some questions.
All right,
I'm going to start with you.
Start away. Ask me.
What are the things that annoy you most?
About you?
Well, I'm part of this category. About literary agents.
Oh, literary agents. Oh, my God. You want the short list or the long list?
Well, we don't have that much time.
No, we don't. Well, I guess we'll go with the short list. Well, they tend to just ignore people's dreams. And I would much rather have someone just say to me, "You suck, go away," than just ignore me. I can't stand that. It's even better if they say, "Suck and go away for this reason. You're awful for these following reasons." I would rather have that than have somebody just like ignore me, like I'm off in the ethers. They tend to be New York-centric and live in this tiny little bubble of other little agents and other little stupid little publishing people, so they only like a certain kind of book. And these are the same people who perpetuate the myths that black people don't read, brown people don't read, men don't read. No man has ever read a book. That's basically a literary agent's perspective. They think that when they emit a turd that it's golden and it smells like unicorns. Should I go on? I think that's enough.
I think that's good. I think that's very good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, what's the most annoying thing about writers?
So, when they emit a turd, they think it's golden.
No, they're writing the turds. That's
They think they're written.
It smells like unicorns.
Exactly.
And the cupcakes.
So there is a certain type of writer.
Why? What'd I do?
Who thinks that everything they write is the most special thing on the planet. It's hard for them to take constructive criticism. So that is number one. Number two is that also some writers think that their work is done when they've written the book. And haven't studied the world of publishing to understand that their job extends far beyond that. And number three is writers who really haven't put in the work or research and just think that they can throw anything out there in the world.
There's this Mitchell Kaplan tells a story about a guy who's
Mitchell Kaplan is the owner of one of our favorite bookstores in Miami, Books and Books. Carl Gables,
amazing bookseller and human being. So there's this elderly author, famous bestseller. He's doing his presentation. At the end, question answer. This guy raises his hand. He says, "I'm a surgeon,
brain surgeon,
and I want to write a book. Do you have any advice?" A novel. Yeah. Whip one off and have it be a bestseller. He says, "I wonder if you could give me some advice." And the writer says, "It's funny you should say that. I'm thinking about being a brain surgeon. I wonder if you could give me a little advice."
Ba-dum-bum.
Thank you very much. Okay.
All right, my turn to ask you a question. What are your favorite parts about the writing process?
I really enjoy going up into my man cave, where it's like all my stuff's around me. I have a little ritual that I start with. I have some nice sporting event on my gigantic screen television with the volume kind of low so it's not intrusive. It's like a beautiful kind of hum behind me. And I dive into this thing that I'm writing, and I can control every single thing and everyone and what they say. In my own life, I have no control over anything. And I'm reminded of this by my 10-year-old daughter every single day. Here's a question for you. What is your favorite part of the writing process? Because
I don't enjoy
She just doesn't like it.
I don't enjoy the writing process most of the time.
When do you like it?
So here's what happens. I have the opposite experience of David. I sit down to write, and then I realize that the dining room table needs to be cleaned off because there's a pile there.
I think there's a lot of writers like that.
I get hungry and want to make myself a proper lunch. And then I realize I can't really start because I didn't research that thing I need to know before I sit down.
I literally think none of these things.
However,
so funny, man.
once, especially if I have a nice chunk of time, once I sit down and really get into the flow, that's when I find it truly enjoyable and exciting. It's just hard to get to that place for me.
Yeah.
And it's much easier. This is why David and I often write books together. It's much easier for me if something's already started than to have to start. So David always writes first drafts that are terrible.
Oh, that are
And then
brilliant.
I make them
And
perfect.
she messes them up.
Yeah.
All right, here, quick one. One quick last question for each of us.
Okay. I have a question
okay,
for
go.
you. My question is, how do you personally deal with rejection?
Rage. I make a list of people that have rejected me, and I visualize when I'm going to be able to see them face to face and, hey, remember that book that you turned down? Well, guess what? It just got published and it's going crazy.
Okay.
How do you deal? You've had some she got insulted by one of the most famous literary writers in the universe, like just eviscerated in the most literary way. How do you deal with that kind of rejection?
So I'll just quickly tell the story.
Bite.
A.S. Byatt, the
Renowned,
mega best-selling,
noted,
award-winning
blah, blah, blah,
professor of English literature from the UK, called me a flea.
A flea. Yeah. How did you deal with it? How you deal
I
with
dealt
that?
with it just like that. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
And I announced it.
Yeah, there you go.
So
see, that's
there's
right.
a
I like that.
power in putting out.
Yeah.
In fact, one of our favorite writers, he does this thing at his book
where
event,
he reads all. Dan Rhodes, shout out to my boy.
He reads all his rejection
It's
letters.
so funny, and he's
to
so
start
dry
his
about it.
readings.
He's great.
And people, it's just so
People love it.
They love it.
Yeah.
So I think having a sense of humor and realizing everyone gets rejected.
Why shouldn't you?
Why shouldn't you? Thanks, everybody.
See you at the bookstore.
bookstore.
Woody Allen once said there are two things you can control in life: art and. And I try to combine those on a daily basis up in my office.
Thank you for that personal.
Is that too much? You said we wanted to reveal.
Wow.
What? Am I
Okay.
revealing too much?
Yes.
No. This is my brand.
Okay.
But what's the book doctor's brand? But it's not? Oh, geez. She's actually blushing. I don't know if you can see this. It's so adorable to see someone who's pushing 50 blush. Look at her go.
Christy's
I love
gonna
that.
edit that one out.
No.
Okay.
No.
Could you make that face? No, you got to make both parts of your face go out at the same time.
It looks easy, but it's not.
Jeepers.